Donna, what brings you out to the park? What did you do today?
What brings me out to the park is a story that happened to me when I was 22 years old. I was engaged to be married. I decided in my part of my journey that I never wanted to become a mom. I went to a doctor to get my tubes tied. I was denied that right as a woman. I was told I was too young, and because I was not married and I did not have children, they would not tie my tubes. Fast forward to when I was 35 years old, I was divorced and still did not want children. I did not want to put hormones in my body by being on the pill. I went to another doctor to get my tubes tied. I was told no because I was unmarried and did not have children. I am now 2 months away from my 60th birthday. I have never wavered from the choice that I personally did not want to become a mom, and I've never regretted that decision. I'm here for the women coming up behind me that will have this right taken away from them. What happens to their body, it is their choice.
I'm a woman and I'm a human being, so I feel like bodily autonomy is something that we should all be able to agree on is something is really essential as a very, very basic freedom. So for me, the fact that like my mom was fighting for these rights, she's 71 now, and now I'm going to fight for them again for my nieces and for my fellow human beings who deserve this bodily autonomy. I mean, it's both shocking and disturbing, but also I don't think that there's a choice but to do it.
I am here for really two reasons, which are pretty much one and the same. One is that I am a proud Lakota grandmother, and I'm here today to honor the indigenous peoples on whose unceded land we have this wonderful event. And the second reason I'm here is because I grew up, as you probably are aware, during a time when coat hanger abortions were real. This is not a figment. This is not, an alliteration. This was real. I know people who died from them. And I really thought that over the past few years, we would no longer have to worry about these things. My great-granddaughters should not have to worry about this. The other thing is, relative to the Reproductive Liberty Amendment, there's the other side of it, which is that the Vermont government could no longer force sterilization on people, whether they're indigenous or whether they're considered defective in some way and not fit to reproduce. And we each have a human right to health care. We each have a human right to be treated with dignity and have the autonomy over our own bodies. Whether we want to have children, not have children, whether we need hormone treatments, no matter what kind of issue it is, we are human beings, we are all related, and we all need to be treated with the dignity that this amendment will give us.
Henry, what brings you out to the park today?
I'm the co-director and co-founder of a sex worker rights and anti-trafficking organization out of Central Vermont called the Hipster Collective. We're here to table and help lend our voices to reproductive rights.
I'm here for the Reproductive Choice Rally.
And explain the issue to those who might not be familiar.
For those who have been living under a rock, our reproductive freedoms are being rolled back pretty hard and fast, so we got to get loud about it. I think in these hard times we need to have hard dialogues that take a long time. I think we need to reach out to our families and neighbors we might disagree with and have those uncomfortable conversations.
It is critical right now that all women and men also understand what's happening right now in this country. We really need to stick together. We need to support women. We need to support women's choices. We cannot, in this day and age, let half of the population decide what's right for the rest of the population.
Bodily autonomy is a human right.
What does that mean?
That means that the individual should be in charge of their body, they should be in charge of their safety, and the decision should always be left up to the person it's going to affect.
And you think that right is being taken away?
Absolutely.
I have been fighting for reproductive freedom probably since I was like 17 years old, and I'm 58 and hopping mad.
And what does that mean, reproductive freedom?
No forced birth. I mean, it's as simple as that. Women aren't vessels for somebody's forced birth. It's ridiculous. It's a human rights issue. No laws on a woman's body.
Well, I'm here to support the Reproductive Freedom Amendment. I'm proud to live in a state that protects a woman's right to choose and a woman's right to bodily autonomy. I'm also the executive director of News Story Center, which is the domestic and sexual violence service provider for all of Rutland County. And the women we serve who are experiencing violence at the hands of intimate partners, they need to be able to make their own choices with regard to their bodily autonomy and their reproductive freedom. And I stand with them. I stand with all women around this issue, and it's just incredibly important to us. We cannot go backwards. We cannot go back.